Hey guys, good morning. Welcome back to our channel, the Eaton Squad. My name is Addie. So for today's video, let's talk about baggage declaration and currency declaration. There seem to be a lot of inquiries when it comes to this department, and let's get this addressed. And hopefully by the end of this video, we will have more understanding what entails on this form. Details coming right. So when you are flying back to the Philippines before, flight attendants are distributing forms like the arrival form and the declaration form that you need to fill out if you have items to declare or money to declare when you arrive in the Philippines. That has changed. Everything now is online on what we so-called e-travel. It is now incorporated on the e-travel registration. Before you can even finish, you have to fill out a customs declaration. This is with your baggage and with the money. So let's talk about the baggage declaration first. I have mentioned this in every video that we make, particularly for e-travel, that to those of you who are flying in into the Philippines, bringing in items for personal use, you don't need to declare that. You guys will know what's the quantity of personal use. You cannot say 50 pieces is personal use unless that's your maintenance medicine and you will be in the Philippines for a year. So that cannot be considered as commercial quantity because you really need your maintenance medicine. But if you're bringing in 50 bottles of Victoria's Secret, 100 bags of chocolates, then that's not personal use anymore. You guys, as a traveler, can assess what's personal and what's commercial use. So, as I've mentioned, if you guys are flying in into the Philippines and bringing in some items that's more on personal use, then you do not need to declare. If you're bringing in items in commercial quantities, so commercial quantities, if these items are for sale, then you have to declare it because that comes in with necessary permits. If you guys go through the customs declaration form, they have itemized categories there on specific items that you are bringing in, how many, how much. Please fill that out honestly because when you go through customs, they will still check the items that you have brought in. It's better that you guys have declared it than found out that you have this much item but you have not declared it. They can legally confiscate it. And for sure, some of you are in and out of the Philippines already. You know the rules, you know the tricks when it comes to baggage policy, particularly in a certain airline. So follow that, check what's allowed and what's not allowed, and you should be good to go. I get a lot of inquiries when it comes to pasalubong, gifts for your family. If it's not really that many quantity, like you're bringing in 5 bottles of Victoria's Secret and stuff, some chocolates, I don't think they really mind because when you guys are going back to the Philippines, you also are allowed to bring this much. Just make sure to check the general information of the customs declaration if you are flying in as a former Filipino, if you are flying in as a dual citizen, green card holder, permanent resident. Because we, Filipinos, when traveling to the Philippines, we actually have benefits and privilege that we can bring in this much items without being taxed. So it's important. All the information that you guys need is in the customs declaration general information. Now, let's proceed to the currency declaration. So we have the misconception that we are only allowed to bring 10,000 US dollars. That's actually not quite true. You can actually bring more than 10,000 US dollars if you want to. But this is the time that you have to declare this money. It's not only the Philippines that imposes this. I think most countries are imposing this, even US, Canada, Australia. if you are bringing in more than 10,000 US dollars or the equivalent in other currency, you must declare. But if you only have less than 10,000 US dollars, then you don't need to declare any of that. What I know, and this is also based on the customs declaration, 10,000 US dollars per family. If you guys are flying in as a family, that's 10,000 US dollars. Others will say $10,000 per person, but I would double check the customs declaration form or even on their website on which is which, if it's per person or per family. But what I know, it's per family. If you guys are flying in as a family, then 10,000 US dollars. But if you are just flying in alone, then you get it solo, 10,000 US dollars. So I hope this is becoming clear to everyone, especially to those who really believe that they can only bring 10,000 US dollars into the Philippines. You can bring more. You just have to be ready to show proof where did the money came from, what's the purpose of bringing in that much money into the Philippines. That's all they want to know. I don't even believe that you will be taxed. They just need to know how much money you're bringing in if you go beyond the cap, which is 10,000 US dollars or the equivalent of the other currency. So I highly suggest, because I know I'm guilty of it too, because I just go through and don't even bother to read. But it's really important that we read those general information posted in the customs declaration form. That way we know how they impose this laws and regulation when it comes to the items that we are bringing in into the Philippines, as well as monetary. I hope this video helps you guys to clear out the misunderstanding or the confusion when it comes to customs declaration. Please take note that this is now part of e-travel registration. So you go through 3-4 steps. This is the very last step of e-travel registration. This is now all online. I believe they don't even distribute any paper-based form anymore on the plane. The good thing about it is you can do this within 3 days prior to departure. So read up, have a good understanding on their policies and regulation when it comes to the items that you want to bring in into the Philippines, and the money as well that you want to bring in into the Philippines. How about you guys? Have you experienced being held up at the customs because there was a particular item that you did not declare that needs to be declared, or you have brought in more than 10,000 US dollars and you did not declare? I'm just curious if any of you have experienced this scenario. If you guys can share it in the comment section, I would really appreciate it. So this is the latest. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, concerns, or inquiries with regards to this video or in any of our travel related videos, please comment down below and I will try to get back to you guys as soon as I can. Again, guys, thank you so much for the continuous support and trust to our channel and to our family. I hope to see you on our next travel update. Stay safe, stay healthy, and God bless everyone.